As always.
My pleasure.
All right. Let me snag that clicker from you, sir. Thank you. Let's see if so this is it. Hey, I am ecstatic based on the folks that are around and have stayed here for the duration. I'm hoping you got a little bit of where we think the industry is going collectively between the business sessions and the technical sessions. We believe that this has been a great opportunity to try to share a philosophical view of how we effectively modernize the government beyond where they are. We already know what we need to do. We got that. We understand why we need to do it. We got that too. But us as technologists, we have to answer the how question. How do we do it? How do we effectively support an open environment of multiple vendors? What are the key attributes that I need to key off of as I start choosing vendor A, B, C, and D? And based on those attributes, how do I link them together that I actually build something that solves problems? That's our goal today. That's going to be our goal over the next 3 to 5 years, if not longer. How do we do it in an open standard way? Will there be some proprietary hooks down the road? Of course there will be. We know that. But the puzzle pieces still have to fit, because not any one person moving forward, in my opinion, is going to have the answer to the all. And I see it as two paths, and we can debate this, offline. But I think you're seeing the evolution of a short path where vendors, communities are coming in and saying, hey, buy all this stuff. From a compute standpoint, a network standpoint, a CPU, a SAN or storage standpoint, and we'll answer all your questions. We will solve the software-defined easy button for you. And I believe that's just the easy path, and some people will choose to take it. But then there's the other path that's based on an evolutionary approach, based on a philosophy now that gets executed over time. We do have to crawl before we walk. Our networks are too important to be making wholesale changes to them. Can I emphatically do both? Can I take a problem one at a time and see if I can leverage these techniques and tools that we now have to solve those individual problems? It is not an all or nothing proposition. Because what's exciting for us today, for all the techies in the room, is software-defined network is not based on one idea, one protocol, one theme, one concept, one person's view of the world. Wrong answer. My opinion is different from yours, and vice versa, and everybody else in the room. And guess what? That is a phenomenal thing. And that is going to drive how we support our customers' wishes moving forward. I always use my son as an example. He's 8. And I love to give him my iPhone, and he says, all right, I want to play a game, Dad. And he clicks on the icon, and you can see his foot start to stamp. 1 second, 2 seconds. All right, I'm done with this. I'm either going to take this and throw it on the floor, or I'm going to give it back to you and act a complete fool because I have nothing else to do and I'm bored. But that is my mentality right now. I do not care why this does not work. All I care about, that it doesn't. Fix it, Dad. Reboot it, kick it, stick it in water. I don't care. And guess what? If yours doesn't work, I'll take John's. Give me yours. I don't care who gives me the service as long as you give it to me. All right, move that out a decade. My son's now 18. He's going to college. Do you think his mentality is going to get better? Is he going to get more or less patient? Less is my view. And he's going to think he's smart, so he's going to think everybody else is stupid because it doesn't work, right? So that's going to be our next generation of employees, customers. And we will be deploying networks to support them. How do we do that? Just gives us something to think about. Automation, simplicity, all right? Simple. Networks, security, simple. Management, simple. Automation, simple. Sometimes that's like a square peg in a round hole. Those things in simple, people build careers off just one of them. 20 years of trying to get HPOV and Tivoli to work together. Right? Getting Trill to work across multiple vendors, even though, hey, we're all standards-based. At least that's what we say, right? And then we spend our times in this kind of infinite loop trying to make it happen. And then we look at a software-defined world. What does that mean? You ask 20 different people what software-defined means, you'll get 20 different answers. But guess what? Our bosses are saying, get me there. You're the smart guys. I have no idea. But Federal Computer News says SDN is the next wave. And I want my agency to go there. Smart people. I was talking with a gentleman at one of our agencies, and he's like, I'm not a tech guy, don't want to be. But let me tell you this. I walk out these turnstiles. I walk in the parking lot. And I have access to anything I want. I got news for the day. I got if it's going to rain. My Fitbit starts to work. I know how many calories I burned for the day. And I know when my kid is crying. But Monday morning when I come back in here, back in the turnstiles. Oh, well, you got to go to your desk. Turn on your KVM to your appropriate setting. Log into your desktop. And that's where I sit. And that's where I'll stay. Because that's the only place where I can get the information that I need. That is broken. Now, I understand we've got rules. I understand we've got policies. I understand we have STIGs. I got it. But I'm that 8-year-old kid. I don't care. And when I was in the Army, and I always say, when you're over the rank of captain, no comes out the cavalry. They don't understand that. Well, no, sir, I don't know if we can. What? No, ma'am. I don't. What? I don't get that. It works out there. Why doesn't it work in here? Smart people, help me. So, in the end, we have to come up with something. We have to be dynamic. We have to think outside of the box. We have to believe that collaboration is the key to our success. Our success. We're answering the questions. We're solving the problems. We're trying to figure out how we make that very, very happy 50 to 65-year-old gentleman feel like he's 8 again. And he hits the app, and it just does what it's supposed to do. How do we do that? It's still TBD. But it takes forums like this. It takes ideas that hopefully have been shared today. It takes little nibbles from presentation A, B, C, and D to help foster thought. I love to hear conversations about we have to think outside of the box. We got to change what we do. We have to think outside of the box. Sometimes we might just have to think. Is the status quo the only option? Can we do something different? And if it is, what would that be? And how do I get started? So, we can do this. The tools are there. The aptitude is in the room. We know how to start. We don't know how it's going to end yet, but I think we're going to have a whole lot of fun along the way. So I urge you. I'm hoping you got a chance to shake some hands today, talk with some people, exchange some ideas, and get some phone numbers. I hope the content that you'll get to view electronically will be helpful down the road. But our success is all about reaching out in collaboration in an open and a collaborative way that solves problems. So, in conclusion, I'd like to say thank you. You have seen my face probably more than enough over the course of the day, and I'm ecstatic to be able to be up here and provide the MC services for the technical track. Again, we are here for you, whether it be through our solutions to the left or through some of the narratives that we have seen today to help you drive these next networks of the future. So with that, I say once again, thank you. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Safe travels back to where your home bases are. And if there's opportunities to stick around for the afternoon mixers, to look at the data that you've already seen and the concepts that are in the Tech Pavilion. You haven't done it already, please do so. So, again, in conclusion, thank you once again. Hey, have a great afternoon, everyone. Take care.